I'm going to discuss the legal advantages of obtaining a South African passport and nationality. We're talking about the citizenship. A lot of people wonder they don't have to live in the country, right? So maybe they live in the country, maybe they don't live in the country. But something that a citizenship offers you is the access to the jurisdiction. And once you have access to certain jurisdictions, you have some very unique advantages, and I'm going to discuss the unique legal advantages of the South African citizenship. Now, while I'm discussing these legal advantages, this is not supposed to be legal advice. This is educational information. And before I deep dive into these advantages that you get with the South African nationality, I've made a separate, a detailed video where I'm talking about the different ways that you can obtain South African nationality. It starts off with a permanent residency, and there are different categories of permanent residencies based on your age, or in fact, there are certain circumstances where you get certain passive income. You can qualify for the permanent residency directly in South Africa. And the most common one, and this is one of my favorite ways of obtaining permanent residency, which can then be converted into citizenship, and that is through the donation route. And if you have missed my video on South Africa, the FIP, you can return to this video later, where you can go through the information on how you can get started. But let's first discuss the advantages, right? So the biggest advantage you get with the South African permanent residency as well as the citizenship makes it for life, right? It's irrevocable and it's a lifetime benefit. Even the permanent residency to a large extent is irrevocable and lifetime. Advantage I'm talking about here is the indefinite right to remain in South Africa. Now, when you get this permanent residency, this is different from any other permanent residency. And the reason why I'm talking about why it's different is because it's dateless and it's lifelong. So you're not talking about renewals, you're not going to immigration back and forth because it's a lifelong access that you have to South Africa. You do need to make sure that you enter the country at least once every 3 years, right? That's the only thing that they're looking for. But otherwise, this is a lifelong benefit. The PR grants you the right to reside in South Africa permanently without the need to renew visas or permits. Unlike temporary visas, they got to be renewed, but this one, you don't lose it. You have it for lifetime. So immediately upon getting the PR, you have a lifetime advantage to the jurisdiction. But once you become a citizen, it becomes even solid. It becomes more stronger. So you can't go wrong with getting the PR, and you absolutely don't go wrong with converting this PR into citizenship. Few people like to collect the permanent residency and keep it as a legal edge in their pocket, right? As a legal tool in their pocket. So they have the edge. So that's the first benefit. The other one is unrestricted right to work and study. So let's skip the study part, but let's talk about the work. Now, you can start a business, you can work for your business, you can establish a location, and there's several reasons why you would want a business inside of South Africa. Not for everyone, but under the right circumstances, if you need that jurisdiction and if legally you got to be incorporated or based and working from that jurisdiction to gain certain advantages, then you have the unrestricted access. The third one, and this is my personal favorite, is the access to legal protections. If you, let's say you're getting sued, or if you are suing someone, or let's say it's some sort of a matter in your home country, right? Related to, let's say, a disgruntled spouse is suing you, or you're suing her or him. The other scenario is tax related. Now, certain regimes could be draconian. Maybe you're legally done things correctly, you're in the right, they're in the wrong. You just got to fight it out and clear your name, clear your case. There's a competitor or if there's an enemy of yours and you feel you're right, the person is wrong, you want to stay outside and clear your name and then return. It's very difficult for outsiders to go and litigate that in South Africa, but you being a permanent resident or a citizen have a distinct jurisdictional advantage in the country. So you initiate it over there, and good luck for anyone trying to compete with you on that front. So you definitely have a distinct edge. The second one with this is property ownership. And South Africa, as you might know, is an extremely beautiful country. It has natural resources natural scenic beauty, reasonably safe if you pick the right upscale neighborhoods. If you stick to certain areas, you're going to feel very safe in South Africa. In my initial video, I've talked about how my attorneys and their experience in South Africa have been, they've been extremely happy with their family in the country. So it's a very safe country if you pick the right pockets. If you're a seasoned expat, this is going to be a no-brainer for you. So the legal protections, the access to that jurisdiction, the court system, to defend yourself or to sue someone, I think this is a very unique advantage that you would have. The other thing is a lot of people just thinking of South Africa, they're going to get overwhelmed because they don't have access to that market. Good luck to anyone trying to go after you in South Africa. So you clearly have the edge. You've done things correctly. You're doing things legally. So you can obviously resolve your matter as and when the need arises. Plus, this is a BRICS nation, and let's say you don't come from a BRICS set of countries, then obviously you want access to something diversified. Either it's a geopolitical hedge or it's, as I said, a legal hedge. You want to have this unique opportunity in your portfolio. And you can obviously buy land or homes without the restrictions some countries impose on non-residents. Eligibility for a South African ID book. Now, this ID book is like a passport. It's green in color. It's not a passport, right? It's not a citizenship-based booklet. This is the permanent residency booklet. Can you travel with this booklet? Yes, you would need to present this when you're entering South Africa, but obviously it's not a passport. So you have this initial non-citizenship based booklet initially. And then once you wait out the time, right, you satisfy the requirements, which is obviously you wait for those 5 years, you do your residency in the final year. And that's what mostly they're going to review, right? You've successfully completed all of that. Then you can convert this into citizenship and get an actual a citizenship based booklet, which is the passport. So with that, then you can freely obtain other visas on the South African nationality, and then you can exercise this. This is far better, I feel, in my opinion, this is far better than any of the Caribbean citizenships because there you're shelling ton of money. The respect is of a CBI citizenship. The revocations, as you see in the news, they're all over the place. It's super easy for some countries to just revoke the passport, cancel the passport if something comes up. South Africa is a real solid citizenship, just like any other real citizenship, right? Let's say you naturalize in Mexico or Canada or US, you're getting a real citizenship. Here, this is a real country with a real respect, you're getting a real citizenship. So getting visas is going to be fairly straightforward once you're a South African national. Final one is pathway to citizenship and family reunification. So let's leave the family reunification aside. Let's talk about pathway to citizenship. Again, the PR is the main stepping stone to naturalization. Citizenship will give you added rights, such as two main rights, right? So PR gives you everything else. Once you graduate to the citizenship gives you two very important things. One is the right to vote in the country and make a difference. So obviously, you can take part in the political process. The second one is the main one, right? The one that we are interested in, the one that you would be interested in, is the passport, of course. Now, that's what you need to eventually seal the deal. And of course, with the PR, you seal the deal, but you got to enter the country once every 3 years. But with a citizenship, you don't have to maintain that. There's no attachment left after that. You can live there, of course, if you want to, but then you can also exit the country and establish outside, get more citizenships, further diversify your portfolio. And when shit hits the fan, the South African citizenship is always in that portfolio. And this is more like an insurance policy, right? So a lot of people think, hey, what's the use? What's the use? Where is this going to fit in my life? You don't want these things to normally fit in your life. These are plan Bs for a reason. These are insurance policies. If things go wrong, yes, of course, you have the added advantage, you have the protections, you have the rights, you have everything that comes with the citizenship. The other major reason why people get passports is also the hobby, the interest. You're a passport enthusiast. You like collecting exotic, diversified options. You want one from the north. You want one from the BRICS set of countries. So you would want this for many reasons. And again, don't forget, this is a plan B. This is an insurance policy. You can exercise, use this and fit this at different times in your life. Maybe now you don't need it, maybe in future something comes up. That is where all these options come in handy. And we have three specialized attorneys in South Africa at any point in time. You want to get started with this option, always click the link, book a call. We can discuss which option best fits, quickly get you started on this or any other option of your choice. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe. This does two things. One is it obviously helps support the channel so I can get you more valuable content. Second, it keeps you up to date on all the latest developments within the RCBI domain. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts about the South African permanent residency and citizenship in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts and catch you in the next one.